Windographer 5 doesn't look the same as earlier versions, so if you're a longtime user, you might be a bit surprised when you first see it. But I think you'll like what it can do, and in this 3-minute tour, I'll show you what I mean. I'm Tom Lambert from UL's Windographer team. When I open a file, this window, the Workbook Explorer window, lists the data sets in the workbook, tells me their period of record, time zone, and such, and this chart shows where each data set contains valid and invalid data. So this serves as a very brief summary of the workbook. More details appear in these analysis windows, like the shear window, the windrows window, data coverage. I can open as many analysis windows as I want, and I can drag one onto another to group them, or tear one away from a group, and split windows left and right, or top and bottom, and so on. And you can even create multiple windows of the same type. Here's a second scatterplot window where I can plot something else and say resample to some other time step. So it might look unfamiliar at first, but it is much more flexible. Many analysis windows have two modes, a multi-dataset mode and a single dataset mode. Data coverage, for example, lets me analyze MAST A in detail or any other dataset. That is single dataset mode, but if I instead choose all selected datasets, it switches to multi-dataset mode. That usually shows some more summarized data on MAST A and every other selected dataset. Now, what does selected dataset mean? That refers to these checkboxes in the Workbook Explorer. If some dataset bugs me, I can deselect it so that it disappears from these windows. In fact, I can shift-click on a dataset to turn on or off all datasets of that type. So here I'm turning off all of the reanalysis datasets. Now, there's a different kind of window that we call a revise window, and flag windows are a subset of the revise windows. You use that kind of window to change a dataset in some way, like to configure it or calibrate it, flag it, scale it, to append data to it, or delete data from it. That kind of window you can only open one at a time. See, it takes over, it doesn't let me do anything else until I close it. So let's delete a bunch of data from MAST B. Who cares, right? It's just data. There's my favorite part. All these analysis windows update themselves after I make a change. So they all now show this newly eviscerated MAST B data. I'll make another change here. I'll ruin the calibration of MAST A, let's say. And for good measure, I will wreck MAST B's measurement heights. I'll say this 9.5 sensor is at 95 meters. So the windows all update themselves to reflect those changes. And now my workbook is ruined, but I can't undo those changes. So that everything looks good again. Well, that's what you'll see when you give version 5 a try. Let us know what you think about it. Also, let us know if there's some topic you'd like us to cover in a future video. Thank you very much for watching this one.